Okay, hello everyone, and I am back with, in my video for Gong, I actually said that you could possibly wire the cape, and I have successfully done it. And this is what you will need. You will need some Gunpla nippers, and you're going to need some artistic wire. I have 22 gauge wire. You can use something thicker if you want, but I chose to go with the 22 gauge. I thought it was good enough, and I will show you how to do it. And I got some jeweler's pliers, I believe they're called. I got them from the dollar store over here, so I actually use these to bend the wire. So yes, this is actually what I did. I will show you real quick. I have already wired the cape, as you can see. So it is already wired. The only thing I haven't done is I haven't sealed the bottom ends of it. However, you can bend these and stuff it back into the cape itself if you desire, or you can re-sew it or seal it with some fabric adhesive. Now remember, this is nylon, I believe, so you're gonna have to be careful when you install this wire, because you could tear a hole in your fabric, so you just have to be careful. So yes, I did wire it, and it does look way better than it did before. So I actually like that. I did not get the extra head sculpt. I think that was a what is it called? A limited exclusive head for pre-order, but I don't know how you were to obtain it. I did order this figure from Amazon, so I did not. I went through it, my receipt, and through the figure's description, and it did not mention an extra head sculpt, so I did not get one. So when I got this through Amazon, it did not have state it was coming with an extra head sculpt. However, in my review, I did see that the cape was opened already by itself, so that must have been a mistake. But in any case, you can wire this cape for your Gong Studios Superman, and that is something that I want to show you right now. So this is what I did. I got the pliers, and I got some 22 gauge artistic wire. You can get this from the craft store, any craft store. I'm not sure. I actually bought this on Amazon, I think last year, thinking I wanted to do something, with some of my figures for customization. But this is what I did. I actually grabbed it at the end and I bent it into a circle like that. And then you wanna press. So there it is. It's in a circle. And then you want to press it in as evenly as possible. If you can't do it, you're just going to have to work your way around it. Now, just press it in. Let's see if we can get that in there. Is it focusing? Nope, it's not focusing. Nope. Anyways, so you want to, let me see if I can get it to focus. Okay, there we go. So you want to press it in like so, as best as you can. Now, you want to make it flush with the opposite piece of wire. Try not to, like that, but try not to burr the end when you cut it, because you might need to cut it, and you're gonna have to flatten this round piece out. So you're gonna have to, like this, like so, make it as straight as possible. But you see that little end right there of the wire? I don't know if you can see it now. Hold on. Right there, you're gonna have to nip that off, and make it, you're gonna have to make the bent part flush with this part right there. So basically, you're gonna have to flush it, make it flush, Make it as straight as possible. If you feel any rough edges on the end, you're gonna have to nip it off with your nippers. So you're gonna have to use your nippers and cut it as smooth as possible, as to not, when you're pushing this wire into the cape, as to not snag the fabric. But be careful, take your time, push the wire through as best as you can. Take your time. And you're going to need also, I forgot to mention, also you're going to need a hair dryer. So I have a hair dryer here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get the hair dryer and you're going to heat it up first, one end at a time. I did it about, in intervals, I did it about a minute each. But make sure your hair dryer is about 10 to 12 inches away. You can get closer, but be careful. Do not keep it there for a long time or you're going to burn the nylon. So you have to be careful when you're doing this. Very, very careful. So first heat it up, and as you're doing it, get your wire that's already been pre-fixed to go into the cape. So just like that, minus it not being, you have to make it flush. And then what you want to do is, I'm going to show you, I already wired it, so you're gonna, where is the end? Right here. So you're gonna want to push the wire through, and just take your time as you're pushing it through. Take your time, push it through, and just be, very, 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 patient, and keep going and keep going and keep going, and take your time. And sometimes you're going to want to hold and pull. So sometimes I held the cape at one end, and if it got stuck, I tried to fix this end with my hand. You have to feel for it. So you have to feel for if it feels flush or not in the cape, and then you have to kind of maneuver it as you hold one end and you push it with your other hand. This hand, if you push it in and you push it into up towards the cape, or up towards the top of the cape. So that's all I did. Now, you can tell me. Now at the top, real quick, I did not push it all the way through into the suit. One reason is because I didn't want it to tear the stitching or adhesive that was in there. So I put it right up here on top. The cool thing is you can form it to sit flush as possible. It still looks good. It still looks pretty. It looks pretty natural. It does have a little bit of a, I don't know, like a deformity, if you can see that, just at the end of the cape. That doesn't bother me. What matters was the results. The results was I have a wired cape now for my Gong Studios Kingdom Come Superman. So what do you guys think? Do you think this figure is worth it still? I mean, if you can customize your own cape minus not getting the head sculpt, I think this makes it a lot more worth a figure having, and you have customized your cape with wire by yourself. So this is just a short video that it was a success. I will be sealing up those ends, possibly with I'll probably have someone sew it for me, or I will attempt to do it myself. If I do it myself, I will maybe post a short on this channel just showing you how I sewed it up. But anyways, this is the result with your wired cape. So I think this was worth it. Very much so. Anyway, so that's all for this video. I just wanted to give you an update on this review, and a little tip, or not a tip, but a little customization process you can do with this cape. You don't have to buy another cape. You just have to do the following directions. Just use a hair dryer, heat it up. If one of the ends is already open, you're gonna have to push the wire through, fit it, make it fit first. Bend it and flush it to the other end of the wire. Make it as flush as possible to that end, and then push it through slowly. With two hands one hand at first, but then as you keep going further up towards the suit of the cape, then you're gonna take you're gonna have to use two hands, but you're gonna have to hold one end and then push it through with the other. I mean, just take your time. It will work. I have done it. The only thing I need to do is seal up the ends of the cape, and then I'm done. But this is all for that customization part, and I hope you enjoyed the video. God bless and thanks, guys.